Today we are drawing Camerupt, the volcano Pokémon. Game Freak wants you to believe this thing is a majestic, terrifying force of tectonic nature. But let's be real for a second. This thing has the exact same energy as a middle manager who just realized the office coffee machine has been broken since Tuesday. And it's only Wednesday. As I start blocking out the rough sketch and the basic structural shapes here, you can see its entire silhouette is just a physical manifestation of carrying the team on your back. Literally. It's just a depressed camel carrying two massive geological responsibilities. I'm sketching these basic circles for the humps, which aren't even filled with water like a normal, productive camel. No. That would be too useful. Instead, it's carrying actual molten liquid stress, just living rent-free in its spine. It's the ultimate evolutionary joke. Imagine going through millions of years of natural selection just to become a walking workplace hazard. Look at the way I'm framing the head here. It sits lower than the shoulders. That is the universal posture of someone who has given up on their life choices because their desk chair hasn't been ergonomic since 2012. It's just a big, fluffy lump of disappointment. Anyway, let's start moving into the clean line art phase here, and talk about this absolutely delusional Pokédex lore. According to the official records, the magma inside its body burns at 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 18,000 degrees. Bro. The surface of the sun is only about 10,000 degrees. Let that sink in for a minute. Camerupt isn't built different. It's just built entirely wrong. If these physics were remotely accurate, walking your Camerupt through a nice, scenic route would literally vaporize the local economy. Your trainer would turn into a pile of charred ash the exact second they clicked the Pokeball. It's wild. But here I am, cleanly lining its tiny, completely useless legs. Look at these things. I'm drawing them as stubby and unathletic as humanly possible because there is zero structural integrity here. How are these four little pillars of sadness supposed to support a localized supernova? It defies all known laws of science. And then we have the Pokédex entry from Sapphire, which claims that it erupts every 10 years. Imagine owning a pet that only functions on a 10-year corporate fiscal cycle. That is not a companion. That is a delayed tax audit with hooves. And if it gets angry, it erupts immediately. So it's basically an emotional time bomb. A creature that requires constant human resources mediation just so it doesn't melt the sidewalk. Let's clean up the line art around the face. Especially the eyes. I am giving it that signature vacant, staring into the abyss expression. It looks like it's going through it. Like it just opened a calendar invite for a 90-minute meeting that could have been a single Slack message. There are absolutely no thoughts behind those eyes. Just pure, unadulterated existential dread. Now that the line art is finished, let's start laying down some flat colors. We're going with this dull, highly uninspiring muddy orange. It's the exact color of a highway construction cone, which is incredibly fitting, because Camerupt's entire existence is a public safety delay. Let's dive into its typing. Fire and ground. On paper, it sounds like a great combination. In reality, it's a biological nightmare. It is 4 times weak to water. Think about the day-to-day implications of that. A light drizzle isn't just bad weather for Camerupt. It's a company-wide evacuation order. If it steps in a shallow puddle, it's going straight to urgent care. It spent its entire childhood as a numel, being completely oblivious, slow, and probably blissfully unaware of its future. Then it finally undergoes metamorphosis, thinking it's getting a promotion. And what does management hand it? It gets heavier. It gets a permanent lower back issue. And it can never enjoy a beach day for the rest of its life. That isn't a magical evolution, bro. That's an unpaid internship at the end of time. I'm adding the shading under the humps now. Trying to capture the literal weight of its poor life choices. And look at these blue rings on its side. I'm coloring them with a very corporate, emotionless slate blue. They look like company logo stamps, permanently branded onto its skin to remind it who owns its labor. Every time it looks in the mirror, if it even has the self-esteem to do so, it just sees the corporate branding of its own mediocrity. I'm blending the shadows on its belly now, because a creature this stressed definitely has some severe digestive issues. As we move into the final detailing, highlights, and background work, let's look at how this absolute unit actually performs in the video games. It has a base speed stat of 40. A literal rock sliding down a gentle incline moves faster than this thing can make a conscious decision. It just sits there on the battlefield, drifting into a light coma while the opponent sets up 3 consecutive turns of stat boosts. And if a single water type so much as breathes in its general direction, it is instantly deleted from the game files. A level 10 Mario using Bubble could probably give this thing a terminal panic attack. It's genuinely embarrassing. But then, Generation 6 arrived, and the developers decided to give it a mega evolution. Because management thought a flashy rebranding strategy would fix its fundamental structural flaws. Do you know what happened when it mega evolved? Its speed dropped to 20. It literally went backward in its career progression. It grew a giant single volcano out of its spine. And its fur started dragging on the floor like a dirty, unwashed living room rug. That's not a power-up. That's quiet quitting defined. The only way to make it viable in competitive play is to use a strategy called Trick Room, which literally warps the fabric of dimensions just to make the universe cater to its slow, defeated lifestyle. Imagine being so bad at moving that you need a psychic entity to reverse reality just so you can take a turn. Iconic. But tragic. I'm adding some highlights to the smoke coming out of the humps here, making it look as toxic and unproductive as humanly possible. And there we have it. The finished masterpiece. A beautiful, highly detailed monument to burnout and evolutionary regret. Look at it. Just standing there, radiating 18,000 degrees of pure, unbothered misery. It teaches us a very important, grounding philosophical lesson. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you evolve, you might just end up with a volcano on your back and a 4 times weakness to basic hydration. So, yeah. If you want to see me sketch and roast more tragic victims of the Pokemon world, do the usual internet things. Like the video. Drop a comment if you've ever felt as fundamentally exhausted as this Camerupt. And subscribe if you feel like it. Or don't. I'm going to go stare at a blank wall for the next 4 hours. Goodbye.